hate everyone, you want to hurt everyone, and family and friends were saying to me, what's wrong with you? You know, all you want to do is fight people. And I knew that I needed to make a change, and although I didn't know what to expect, I was looking forward to the 4-day therapy programme with the charity Talking2minds.
I want to reassure you that whatever nerves you have, whatever preconceptions you have, now's the time to bring those out. We're going to need you to give us some information so that we can get into the areas that we want to resolve or deal with. So the first thing I'd like you to do is just relax your jaw. Could you sit back, put both feet on the floor? So it's like this.
I found it hard to let go and get in touch with my emotions. When I try and relax, the only thing I would think about is violence as well.
A lot of them are denied feelings, and then when feelings present themselves, they become hijacked.
I've been dealing with things my way, which is definitely been the wrong way. My girlfriend always says to me, let's just walk away, let's walk away. I can't walk away from a situation. I feel like I'm a coward. I have to front my enemy as such.
He's linked loss of control with relaxation. Once he realises that relaxation is the key to good mental health, he'll do more of it.
I feel like in the last 4 hours I've made progress. Whether I feel like that later on today or tomorrow is a different story.
I would say that Ben's going to change quite quickly. He will have a fresh outlook on life. His memories, based on operational experiences, will have been reframed. He will have lost the negative connections to those, and the symptoms that he presented with post-traumatic stress disorder will have disappeared.
Well, as you can see, Ben joins us now, along with Professor Neil Greenberg, who is Surgeon Commander in the Royal Navy. Ben, good to see you. Thanks very much indeed for being with us. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's really helped. Helps you drop your guard. Nightmares have completely stopped, and I've been in situations after the therapy where last week I'd have reacted in a totally different way, and I haven't reacted that way. I've gone another way. What's
the trick? I mean, what do they do that works, whereas in the past it hasn't worked?
Well, I think they don't concentrate on the trauma. They concentrate more on a wide memory and just help you deal with things and drop your guard. It's a bit like witchcraft, really, but it's a really good thing they do.
It works. There's no bad thing, is it? Simon, let's talk about mental illness generally within the forces. It is an issue. It is a problem. What do you have to cope with it?
Well, we've got a variety of things, really. If you're actually out in Afghanistan or some other unpleasant place, we've got a system called TRIM, which stands for Trauma Risk Management, and that's where we train non-medical people who are based at the front line with their colleagues how to spot and to help people with mental health problems. And then a bit further back, we've got medical officers and a field mental health team, which has got mental health professionals out there.
Well, you've just come back from Afghanistan, and yeah, I'm sure you're all doing great work out there, but it is a difficult thing to spot because sometimes people don't present with these difficulties for a long time. I mean, are your guys trained up to identify that before the person comes forward? Can they do that? Can they be expected to do that?
Absolutely. I think you've hit the head on the nail in that the difficulty is that many people who've got mental health difficulties don't come forward and ask for help. In the military and actually in civilian society as well, it's sometimes really hard to put your hand up and say, you know, I've got a problem.
I don't want to overstate this, but there are those who've described it as a ticking time bomb within the armed forces, particularly because of our engagement in places like Iraq in recent years and currently in Afghanistan. Is that an over-exaggeration, or is there some truth in that?
Well, it's not only an over-exaggeration, it's also slightly worrying, because if I was in the military, which obviously I am, and I don't know much about PTSD, then these words, ticking time bomb and bow wave, would make me think that something bad inevitably is going to happen. We do a lot of research, a lot of it based out of King's College London, and actually the evidence is, you know, there are, as you say, some people who have some mental health problems, but the number is really quite small, you know, sort of around the region of 1 in 20. And for those people, we need to get them the right treatment.
Well, 1 in 20 is quite a lot, actually. I mean, given the numbers in the armed forces.
Well, it's not a tiny number, but if you compare that to the civilian population, the military is about 4%, civilian population about 3%.
And what's your response to the allegation, often heard in the news, well, on this programme and in newspapers as well, that all that's well and good, but once people leave the services, they are left to their own devices in too many cases? Not all, but in too many cases.
Again, we do some research which looks at veterans, and there are some veterans clearly who have got some difficulties, and it's a challenge about how we get the right services for the veterans who do have problems. But again, the majority of veterans go on and enjoy very good lives. What we need to do is to concentrate on trying to find the right solution for the few who do have problems.
But we shouldn't forget that because these people are brave enough to go out there, and you know, boy, do we owe them a great debt of gratitude. Just because they're brave enough to go out there doesn't mean to say they can withstand anything. Some of them will have very, very real problems for a long time to come.
Some people will, and again, the balance here is that our people in the armed forces have been out to unpleasant places and done difficult things, but you had to put it into context against the civilian society, because people also have difficulties there too.
Okay, good to see you both. Thank you very much. Very glad to hear that you're on the mend, at least. Thanks very much, Dee, for being with us.
Yeah, it's fantastic news.